Alright, welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most guns, and more guns. Then we stop talk, but we're not gonna stop talk. Listen this article is being read straight from the Gleaner, and this was published in May 5th of 2018. I want you to take a close listen because not only am I going to read, but I am also going to elaborate. And every gun you see in this entire video was found in Jamaica. Alright? Look on the size of the gun, them, the kind of guns, them, and all these things. Now, the deadly rampage that swept through Grange Hill, Westmoreland, serves as a grim reminder of the enormous firepower that resides in the hands of local criminals in Jamaica. For the next few days, Grange Hill will become the focus of national attention, similar to areas like Flanker, Brighton, Mount Carmel, Augustown, and Tivoli, which are forever etched in our minds because they bring back chilling memories of violence and bloodshed that horrified the nation. The authorities will visit the district and offer words of comfort to the bereaved. Various studies, assessments, analysis, and investigations will attempt to piece together the evidence and determine the motive for the killings. From this newspaper's perspective, which is the Gleaner, it seems like a good time to have a serious discussion about guns. Among the indisputable points to consider is the fact that, listen to this, more than 80% of homicides in Jamaica are committed by guns. Here's another fact. You ready for it? Here's another fact. With more than 35 gun homicides per 100,000, Jamaica stands way above its CARICOM partners as a country afflicted by gun violence. Available figures indicate that Britain, with the population of 64 million, let me say this. A lot of the times we talk, right? And we're talking, people are saying, so what? It happens everywhere else. This exactly right here is the reason why we speak. Because there are nations that are way bigger than Jamaica. You can fit about 100 Jamaica in them. The population compared to Jamaica's population here is probably about, 64, 2 point something million. Is double, quadruple, more than quadruple the population of. And these countries have the ways and means to attain these weapons. But yet, they neither have these weapons, or if they do, their citizens are not murdering each other with these weapons at the rate that we're doing on the small island of Jamaica. So check out these available figures. Britain, with a population of 64 million people, had 138 related homicides in 2009. Canada, which has 32 million people, had 173 that same year. Japan, a country of 130 million people, had 22 gun homicides. It created a national scandal in Japan, for the toll was considered way too high. Imagine that, 130 million people in that country, and they had 22 gun homicides, and they considered that to be horrendous, ridiculous, crazy, way too high. Recall that Jamaica was one of the first countries to establish a gun court in 1974, designed to have swift trials and dispense harsh treatment. This was triggered by a rash of killings of prominent Jamaican businessmen and professionals. So you see how quick they were to establish something in place to deter people from using guns to commit murders, because it was triggered by a rash of killings of prominent Jamaican businessmen and professionals. You notice them not really kill too much businessmen and professionals anymore. And if they're not doing that, no alarm is really raised. Just another life. Prime Minister Michael Manley predicted that it will be a long war. No country can win a war against crime overnight, but we shall win. By the time we are finished with them, Jamaican gunmen will be sorry they ever heard of a thing called the gun. Well, Manley long gone. Seagal long gone, and many others have come and gone, and what we have today is what you see before you today. Head a boss on a regular basis in Jamaica, more so even than before. Mr. Manley could not have predicted that 43 years later, gun-related murders would have reached unprecedented levels of 1,600 plus in one 12-month period, which was the case in 2017. On that, the engineered, painted gun court would have lost its effectiveness as a deterrent to criminals. So in other words, gun court was supposed to be a place where nobody wanted to go, and it was meant to deter people from actually wanting to own a weapon. What I think gun court actually did, and what the gun laws in Jamaica did, it took guns and gun ownership out of the hands of the normal law-abiding tax-paying citizen and actually left the criminals to be fully armed and dangerous, therefore plunging the country into fear. Law enforcement officials don't carry guns like these that some of these criminals carry. We don't issue standard AK-47 and AR. We don't issue standard AK-47, Uzi, and Mach 11s to our police officers or our soldiers in Jamaica. So when time police buck up on gunman and police say pop, 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 and gunman say rrrr, police have to back up and run. That's Jamaica. The maddening thing for many Jamaicans is that the security forces are unable to offer clues as to how these criminals are being armed and to explain the ease with which they can get these guns and a whole bunch of ammunition. If you remember recently, police was backed up and pinned down for literally hours of non-stop gunshot. So these are criminals who have an unprecedented amount of gunshot available to them. Unlimited, it seems, even more so than the police officers and law enforcement, soldier, and whatever security forces have ammunition for their own weapons. From what the police tell us, the drugs for guns trade with Haiti is a real and live thing. We call that local police met with their Haitian counterparts to try to respond to the scourge. Not much information has been forthcoming on the success or otherwise of that intervention. And of course not. Why would it? That would be taking money out of somebody's pocket, somebody who is in a position of authority and seated highly somewhere, who probably never sees any of what's going on, but has a bunch of foot soldiers that make sure that things run as smooth as a well-oiled engine. Even though some 700 illegal guns were seized just last year alone off the streets, the gun murder rate continues to gallop at a dizzying pace, like horse Lego at Caymanas Park. We dare not forget that more than 100 guns destined for the streets of Jamaica were intercepted in Miami, Florida in November of last year in one shipment. Whatever route they take, there is a sufficient anecdotal that reach our shores originated in the United States. No one was arrested for that large find, and so far there has been no light to help shape our understanding of who were the people that were behind that illegal shipment. Them whole a one man, them leg of the one man, and all charges or any suspicion disappeared into the wind. The absence of information may conceivably lead persons to come to dark conclusions about the part corruption, collusion, and agreement played. Things could get worse too, for according to the United Nations Commodity Trade Statistics, the small arms trade in the USA is booming. The staggering financial impact of guns on the health sector and the deep trauma that haunts relatives and communities after these violent incidents are two compelling reasons why the focus should be on finding the guns and ammunition wherever they are hidden. I would say find the guns and ammunition wherever they are hidden, but how about finding which ways they are coming in? Because you can continue to find them anywhere they're hidden, But as long as you can't find how they're coming in, they will continue to come in, and you will continue to have to go find where they're hidden. And whoever have them will continue to become more creative at hiding which part they're hidden, and you will find it more difficult to find. You see what you see the circle? You see where this is going. One bag of madness. Major General Anthony Anderson, the police commissioner, is correct when he says that not only the person who pulled the trigger should be targeted, but those who enable them. We urge the government to give the commissioner the human and capital resources to get the job done. Boy, somebody say, a gun is not a living, breathing thing, you know. A gun is a tool that is no better and or worse than the person who is using it. A gun is not a living thing and can only do the bidding, good or bad, of the person who is using it. So let's get away from this guns are bad mindset and tell the real truth. And the truth is that it is the people who use them for bad that should be vilified and punished, not the gun. And here at SouFLoTV I've said this: they could drop 1 million guns on Jamaica. If the people in Jamaica love and respect each other and have a genuine love for life, and stop chasing greed and vanity, and stop worshipping so much materialistic things, and stop taking on this evil persona, boy, head for boss. No conversation, no problem can be worked out through conversation anymore. It's oh, you diss me, boy, for dead. That kind of attitude, and it goes from the highest to the lowest. Until we start to value life again and to teach our children to value life again, then we will continue to see our murder rates skyrocket out of control until Jamaica becomes probably the #1 most murderous country in the world. Do we really want that? Leave your comment in the comment section below. I could talk about this. I SouFLoTV, man. You don't know we do over here now. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out.